What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome in to My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show.
What's crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lackin'? Welcome into another episode of My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Podcast. I am your host, Sleazebum. Today, we have NFL football, the Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles. I cannot wait for this game. But before we dive into it, guys, make sure you tap that like and subscribe. All the support's appreciated, whether you listen on YouTube, Apple, Spotify. This episode is going to be 4 sleepers of mine that are way outside of ADP. If you need to throw in your lineups, deeper leagues, whatever it is, I think are going to absolutely smash their ADP production this week. And I'm going to give you a 5th bonus one at the end as well. My next video will also be my 8 smash starts based on matchups outside of top 20 ADPs, top 10 ADPs per position like that as well. And my goal this year is to get you guys every single piece of content before Thursday. We completed that this week. That's going to be the goal every single week, guys. If you guys want to also join the Discord, it will be pinned in the comments. It will be in the description of the video. Me and my partner, Big Draft Energy, the guys FF, we cover everything across the board from Dynasty, Redraft, Best Ball, Pick'ems, almost everything. Check that out, guys. And then shout out to our sponsor, Drafters. If you guys haven't signed up on drafters.com, you can use promo code SLEAZE. It will match your deposit up to $100. Best ball drafts, pick'em drafts. It'll be a halfway best ball season. We're doing DFS daily drafts tomorrow on Drafters. You guys want to hop in there, you can draft with us as well. And let's take a look at my top 5 sleepers heading into week 1 for fantasy football. So for my first sleeper play of the week, I'm going to give you 1 quarterback, 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, 1 tight end, and then a bonus play at the end. And remember, guys, I try to stay outside actual rankings, so I use Fantasy Pros as well. Shout out to Fantasy Pros. Amazing having D-Bro on my show. That was awesome. Got to meet him at the Expo. Great there. Now, when you're looking at Matthew Stafford, right now he is ranked 25th. They are going up against the Houston Texans. So we got to look at last year first. Pass attempts 517, pass completions 340, number 12, number 11 there. Completion percentage 65.8%, which was 18th. Touchdowns very, very low, which was 20 last year. Obviously, he doesn't rush a lot, 41 years old, especially with a back injury at age 37. Deep balls 50, number 15, QBR 61.5. All of these numbers last year, and remember, guys, they were contending in the playoffs, by the way, as well. All of these numbers were with a makeshift offensive line. They had so many injuries on that offensive line. They were picking guys up off the freaking street and playing them at offensive line. It was that bad. Now, this year, coming back in healthy, and what do they add? They add Devontae Adams to go along with Puka Nacua. And when you're looking at the Texans game here, the Texans front is very good versus the run. They struggle a little bit versus the pass. They're not, they're not very bad middle of the pack, but I expect Sean McVay to come out with a nasty scheme here, and you're going to have kind of a shootout game possibly on your hands here. So when you're looking, I got to put it like this as well. The Texans aren't going to have much of a run game, right? They're not going to Joe Mixon is out. Their offensive line is very banged up. So they're going to that's why they went in the draft. That's why they got Jalen Noel. That's why they got Jaden Higgins. That's why they picked up Christian Kirk in the offseason. And this game over-under is at 43.5. I like it higher than that. And if you need to throw a quarterback in there, say Superflex or a deep sleeper start, Matt Stafford is the guy that could give you over 20 points in week 1 easy. Heading over to the running back position, my sleeper play of the week. Could it get any better? It is very risky right now. It is Ollie Gordon. We do not know how it is going to look in the Mike McDaniel system. You saw the update yesterday from the coach saying he could get all the work, he could get no work, he could get all the touchdowns, he could get somewhere in between. And he's right now currently ranked on Fantasy Pros as RB45, so way outside the top, way in the sleeper range. And when you're looking at the system, Mike McDaniels is coaching for his career right now, guys. And where did he thrive at? He thrived when he had A-Chain averaging 7.8 yards per carry when Mostert had 20-plus touchdowns. This is what they need to get back to. This is why Ollie Gordon was brought in. Obviously, Jalen Wright injury did bump him up, but I still thought Ollie Gordon was going to surpass him anyways. And when you're looking at the game against the Colts, this is a fantasy gold mine, right? I like everybody in this game except for like Michael Pittman on the outside. I think it's going to live across the middle for the Colts. But when you're looking at the game, how much is the point over under really going to hit here in this game? I think it's going to hit way over. So right now this game is currently at 46.5, right? Every time the Colts play the Dolphins, it seems like a shootout game. I don't understand why it's so low. Tyreek Hill back out there to go with Waddle. That's going to open things up. And now A-Chain's also banged up, coming off the calf injury. Is he going to get a full workload? He's been limited in practice. I honestly even like Ollie Gordon for an anytime touchdown in week 1. And if you need a sleeper flex play, this is a guy that you could throw in that I think will find pay dirt in week 1. Heading down to the wide receiver position, and this one is like people just forget that Romeo Doubs is a big part of this Green Bay Packers offense. So currently right now on Fantasy Pros right now, he's wide receiver 54. So definitely in the sleeper range for me. I like to actually, use real sleepers. I see people put out sleepers that are like top 20, top 15 plays, blows my mind. Now, you get the Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers, 47.5 over under, division game, possible NFC Championship look. I think the game is going to be high scoring as it can get. And when you're looking at Romeo Doubs, obviously last year he had the concussion problem, so all these numbers are down. He only played 13 games last year, and you could call it 12 if you want because he left early, right? So 72 targets, not good there, 56, 46 receptions, 601 yards, 4 touchdowns. But the target share in a spread out offense of Green Bay was 20%. That's still not bad at all. Snap share almost in the 80%. That's what you want. And route participation in 80+%. That is what you want. He is going to be X and Y with Matthew Golden out there in every 2 set they run. Jaden Reed is going to be the guy with the foot problem they have right now. That's going to be a week-to-week nightmare. Probably you'll see a little Dontavian Wicks mixed in. Maybe some Savion Williams, the other rookie they drafted. But that is what Green Bay wants to do. They had to lean on Josh Jacobs last year because Jordan Love almost blew his knee out in week 1 in Brazil on the terrible field. So now they go in the draft, they go get 2 wide receivers. They want to open up this pass game and try and save Josh Jacobs for the playoff run. And they acquire Micah Parsons. The defense is going to get them the ball back at will. I mean, this Green Bay Packer team is going to be nasty. And Romeo Doubs, if you need a flex play versus Detroit, I like it a lot in week 1 if you need to throw him in there. Over to the tight end position, it is going to be Brenton Strange for me this week against the Carolina Panthers. Now, Brenton Strange currently tight end 19. So when you look at tight ends, obviously finding a sleeper tight end, I go outside the top 15 because you're in a 12, 14-man league. So you're starting pretty much the top tight ends, right? Now, Brenton Strange last year, Jacksonville got a little breakout going, but he never really played over 80% of the snaps, but 6 games. Now he's going to have the full role this year. So these numbers you're looking at last year, they're skewed because he wasn't out there the whole time. You had Evan Ingram, injuries, backup quarterback Trevor Lawrence was down, all bad for the Jags last year. Now you got Liam Cohen, the mastermind offensive coordinator, coming in as head coach. It's going to look a lot different. So he had 53 targets, 40 receptions, 411 yards, 2 TDs, 10.2% target share. See snap share right there, 56.1%. You can't get a lot done with that. Route participation, 36.9, because he wasn't the guy. Now you get the Carolina Panthers, who were number 2 worst versus tight end last season. You are going to have Travis Hunter, who could maintain the middle and slot role with him as well, and BTJ on the outside drawing the double coverage. And their run game, we don't know how it's going to look, but this is the perfect matchup for their run game because the Carolina Panthers defense gave up 7,000 yards through the air and on the ground last year, which is terrible, and they did nothing to fix that problem. So if you need a tight end to throw in for like an anytime touchdown here in this game, the Carolina Panthers struggle mightily versus the tight end, and I'm okay with you throwing out Brenton Strange in week 1 as a sleeper play. I told you I'd throw you a bonus in here, and it is going to be wide receiver Wan'Dale Robinson in week 1 versus the Commanders. Why do I like this? Because Wan'Dale Robinson mans the slot for the Giants. Sane Strill is the cornerback that plays the nickel position for the Commanders, and he is ranked bottom 2 in the NFL at the slot position. And you're going to have Malik Neighbors drawing a bunch of doubles. You figure the Giants to play behind the whole season. And Wan'Dale Robinson is like the most undervalued, underrated player in every single draft. Look at these metrics last year and tell me how you can get this guy in the 14th round. 140 targets. And Malik Neighbors was not hurt last year. This is straight up with Neighbors. That's number 10 in the NFL. 93 receptions. That was top 13. Receiving yards, 699. Obviously, he's not a big body to find the end zone that much, 3 touchdowns. But here you go. Target share, 25.3%, almost top 20 in the NFL there. Snap share, 77%. That's because they go 3 wide sets. They'll probably use Hyde on the outside this year for the bigger body on the other side. And route participation when he's out there is almost 88%. This guy is just like a fantasy floor play gold mine that you could get in the 14th round that people don't understand how good he's going to be. And if he's on your waiver wire right now, you better not. You better go pick this guy up right now because you also have Malik Neighbors dealing with a back issue with the toe that they could have surgery on. And if anything happens to Malik Neighbors, you're sitting here with a high-end wide receiver 2 upside, and I'm okay with the flex play in week 1 for him because volume is king in fantasy football. Thanks for rocking with me today. That is the end of the episode, guys. Thanks for listening. As always, on your way out, make sure you hit that thumbs up, hit that subscription. I'll be bringing you fantasy football content all year long to help you dominate your leagues. And if you have any questions, comments, always drop them in the comments below. I try to answer every single one. It does not have to pertain to this video. I'm here to help you guys dominate this year. If you guys want to join in the Discord, it will be pinned in the comments in the description as well. The guys FF. And always, guys, if you guys have not signed up on Drafters, make sure you use promo code SLEAZE. My next video is going to be my 8 smash starts. That's the last video of the week. Make sure you guys check it out next. That is it for me, guys. I'll see you in the next episode. Sleaze Bomb out.